Hey, what up guys, this is Smooth from Smooth Coaching, Asia's leading dating company, and in this video, I'm going to tell you why most men's masculinity suck. Alright, I know this might offend you, but don't be a freaking snowflake. Alright, man up, because we're not supposed to show our emotions. And in this video, I'm also going to tell you why your dating life flops. Alright, so I'm going to discuss various topics here to explain how you should convey your value to a woman. I know it all sounds confusing to you. I can see those big question marks floating above your heads. So let me start by bringing you back in your younger years. We were always taught by older people how we should act, okay? How we should speak, and of course, how we should think. Remember when you tried touching your playmate's doll and older people immediately told you that you're not supposed to play with a girl's toy, right? Or remember in first grade and when you were crying for your mom and your dad comes to talk to you about how boys shouldn't cry. How about when you're in a third grade, you came home crying because your friends were laughing at you and older people told you, you just suck it up. Right? Or let's say in high school, you had to take a shot, but you're too scared of needles, okay? And your friends tell you to man up, right? So all of these are just examples of social conditioning. Now that our first topic for today, I want to start off by defining this term before digging into it. Conditioning is a behavioral process wherein reaction or response of a person to a certain object becomes predictable as a result of reinforcement. Conditioning by the society has come a long way and may not be able to notice them right away. These are the things that were taught to us ever since our childhood. Society has constructed a lot of rules for us to follow, which stops us from doing things unaccepted by everyone. Although they are often not bad, but still affects our way of perceiving concept. A few examples of social conditioning are first is pink is for girls and blue is for boys, right? Second, girls have to be thin and sexy while boys should be tough and strong. This may seem simple to us, but these things label us. Going back to my previous examples about little boys, what we experienced as kids were actually an example of social conditioning. Let's say that the subject is me. When I was a little kid, it is normal for me to cry whenever something is wrong. But whenever I do that, I get told off by older people to suck it up. That is the reinforcement that I received. As a result of this reinforcement, here I am today. I tend to hide my emotions, okay, especially my feelings of sadness. Why? Because I have to man up. That's what the society conditioned me, all right? I have to be masculine enough to be accepted by people, and being masculine means being tough. Masculine, okay? What is masculinity again? According to Merriam-Webster, it is the quality of nature of the male sex, okay? But what are the qualities of being a man? What makes us a man? Masculinity is being handsome or muscled, courageous, and assertive, okay? Did you see anything wrong with that? Of course, none, because that's what the society told us. So when we are not courageous, what do we hear? We hear the cries of people saying, what happened? Why are you weak? Okay, you're a man, so don't be weak. So when you hear that, how do we react to such kind of like criticism? Yes, we get annoyed, we get confused or furious. We get this sudden urge to either fight back or to prove them wrong. This kind of reaction is yet again another example how we're conditioned to react, right? We must react aggressively because we are men. Crying is for girls, staying calm is for girls. I know you guys can agree with me on this, but we think that showing too much of ourselves is shameful. Vulnerability, ew. The girl I like might think of me as less of a man, but here's the big question. Are you sure that girls think the same way? Now, let me go and ask you something, okay? Hold your thoughts because we're going to talk about why your dating life flops. It's going to make sense later, I promise. So, how do you talk to girls that you like? Do you scan the place and say, I'm going to date the hottest girl in this room? So, you muster all the courage that you have and talk to her for hours in a party and exchange number only to never hear from her again. So you go sit on your couch. How do I do this? Girls like boys with cars. They like boys with high social status. That's it. Okay. The following night, as you were trying to approach a girl, you were stopped by a sudden thought. Wait a minute. How do I tell her that I'm rich? Do I say, hi, I'm rich, date me? Hi, I have this, I have that, Or should I have borrowed friend's Ferrari? Enough of this bullshit, okay? Because you can wear the fanciest or the most expensive or even the most extravagant watches or even expensive cars to shout out that you're rich, but no one's going to come up to you and say, oh my God, I like you. No. You might be thinking, if I do this, she's probably gonna like me. If I say this, she's probably gonna talk to me. But at the end of the day, are you really the person that you say you are? But this is also not about your looks as well. That's not how it goes. You should be a total package. You should package yourself neatly. But don't get me wrong, because I'm not going to tell you how to be someone you're not. Instead, I want you to be exactly who you are. Take a minute and think without all of this social construct. Who am I? What can I offer? How do I or how can I convey my value? We have talked about one, social conditioning and its examples, all right? And number two, masculinity and its relation to social conditioning. Now we're going to talk about value. Okay, yes, your value. Okay, when it comes to dating, the most important thing is how you convey your value to a woman. Why must she talk to you? Why must she date you? You can only convey your value to a woman once you let her into your world. Don't be too scared. When you let her experience your value, your ideals and perspectives, you show who you are. And that's one way how you can let her see your true self. In this stage, show her the best part of you, okay? Why you are likable in a deeper sense. Another way of sharing her of who you really are is telling her the things that pique your interest. What concept fascinate you, or what are the things that you truly enjoy, okay? Because talking about those things show what you value. I know you think these things are hard to do. It is because we are conditioned to be uncommunicative about real self. It is not popular to go against the system because deep inside we want to be accepted by the society. However, when our goal is to be accepted by the system, we're not being our truest self. But once you try to be vulnerable, things will get easier and easier. Tell yourself, it is okay to feel things. I don't have to be violent. I don't have to be rough. These are against invisible rules of society, but I'm going to do it anyway, and it's okay. Let me tell you this, okay? Of all the things that girls appreciate is when they see themselves growing with a man. They want to know what are the things that you can teach her or teach them. So they want to know if you're capable of true and profound conversation. Some of you might say, oh, I did a thing, but still it didn't work out, And of course, value is relative. What's valuable to me might not be to you. The same thing with girls, okay? You have these values that she does not possess, or the other way around. The thing is, in dating, you want to be partners with someone who share the same values as you do. Do you think by concealing your true self will help you? Is it really you, or is it how you want to be? No. That's why you should make a conscious decision of what you really want. Don't be afraid to be yourself, because pretending to be someone you're not will only lead you to a wrong relationship. It will lead you to a short-term happiness, because at the end of the day, you just want someone understands you. You want someone who will love even the ugliest part of you. Just because we see everyone doing the same thing, we do it too, because that's how powerful social conditioning is. Right from when we were born, we have been defined by the people around us. But it's up to you to define who you really are. It's up to you to define what is manly, what is masculine. You have to make a conscious decision of what it means to be a real man. In thoughts, words, and action, you define who you really are as a person. Reveal who you really are, because it is when we show our true selves that we find true happiness, not just in dating, but within ourselves. And that is the best way to convey your value to a woman. All right, I hope you learned something or two today. And I'd like you to watch it again all over and over so you will learn more. All right, this is Smooth from Smooth Coaching, creating a better you, one step at a time.